Well, hey, this one's going out to you guys in the Rigid Forum. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, pretty much the last year full-time, and I just want to talk a little bit about cables. Now, right here I have, this is a 5/8, that's a 5/8 cable from General Wire, inner core cable, of course. Next to it is the 3/4 inner core General cable. Now that is the one that came loaded in my speed router machine, and I used it. I'm not going to say, I won't go year, I'll tell you how many cuts I did with it. I would say let's give it 300 cuts. And I piled it up real bad one day in a drain, like real bad. I had to use a floor jack to get it out. I'll try to include a picture. It got a few kinks and nothing too major, but it would loop up in the drum. I don't know why it did. Well, now I know. I think I was just being too hard on it. So once something like this happens, you're probably, as you know, you just can't use it. They just don't work. So I went to Rigid because of price, and I bought a 3/4 inch cable pictured here, and this one got me 5 cuts. After the very first cut, I noticed this. I pulled it out in my yard here, and I noticed that it was getting bad. I'm like, why? Why is that happening? I have a theory on that. I'll ask you guys towards the end of the video here. But as you can see, I looped it up in the drum real bad, and that was it for the cable. I was throwing around the idea of maybe putting a splice in it, but I'm scared to send any amount of cable down with a splice. Unless you guys can tell me that a splice isn't going to come apart. But as you can see, the cable's pretty good, so I might just cut it down. I'll lose the last 20 feet. Now, here's why I think this cable failed. And I think the reason is here's the drum. I'm not sure how big this drum is. I could measure it for you, but I'm sure you guys could find the specs, or maybe I'll put them in the comments. But I just think that drum is too small around, where the Rigid drum is bigger. Now, I got a mess going on. Now here's the drum for the 5/8 cable, which is a little smaller yet, but it runs this 5/8 cable awesome. I've been running, I run this machine like every day, 3 times a day. It's in a drain. It's lighter. I find it manageable with the 5/8. I was having a really hard time. I'm not a small guy. I'm 275 pounds, 6'2". But anyways, that's just my experience so far with drum machines. And yeah, here this is a little embarrassing, but hey, look at that. It's my end of 10 days of no cleaning out the van. But yeah, I got a K50, K60. I got a small K400, some drill machines and stuff. Anyways, always good to talk with you guys.